Welcome back to the Underway podcast. Remember, underway is the only way, and today is the day to get underway. I'm here with Sam and Jack.
Oi.
We're back.
We're back.
I'm back.
Sammy's back.
I think he's announced on the... You know how many people came up to me yesterday and were like, how's your mental health? I was like, what do you mean? They're like, on the podcast, Jack said you had a mental health week. I was like, oh, shit, I should have listened to the podcast.
Yeah, Sammy's been down.
So I didn't listen to last week's podcast. I want to, but I heard the sound was shit, so we apologise for that.
Obviously, people stopped listening after that, after they heard Sam's got mental health, because I'm pretty sure in the very next sentence I tried to clarify that you don't have any mental health issues.
It spreads like
So
wildfire.
Maybe that made people more concerned. Maybe they're like, oh,
I literally had a few
Russ is
people...
being nice and sticking up for it for Sam's mental health.
But the underway messages on the DMs on Instagram were never been busier with people telling us to fix our sound. So
Yeah.
hopefully we fixed it.
We were underwater last week. I don't know what happened. Yeah, just on mental health. I believe everyone has mental health.
What? What?
Do you guys agree?
Yes.
I think you phrased that wrong.
I think everybody has good days and bad days. If that's
Agreed.
what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
No.
So when you take a mental health day, it's not a bad thing.
No, it wasn't. It was just funny. People were just like making a joke of it to me.
I think that I think that these days there's less stigma around mental health, because back in the day, probably 20 years ago, if you were having a mental health day, you probably
got fired. You probably got fired.
Probably people thought you're weak as piss.
Yeah.
Your boss like, this guy's weak as piss.
Yeah.
Can't rely on him.
Yeah.
He's taking days off for nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think especially for blokes, there's that stigma that you can't be a pussy.
Yeah.
You know, you're not
think
allowed to have mental health days. You're meant to just be on all the time and be a strong man, and like there's that.
It's talked about so much though. Like there's so many people that I look up to that like speak about it.
I love Jordan
Famous
Peterson.
people. Yeah, true. Famous people.
Yeah, he's a weapon.
Talking about it. Heaps of people talking about it. But anyways, I guess
having a
just
break
to
is,
clarify, just to clarify, guys, I'm okay. I just literally took a week off work, just like all of you guys do. I'm sure you guys take longer than a week off work, but that's all it was. So,
And how is your mental health after a week off?
I am feeling refreshed. I'm feeling refreshed. I will say though, I forgot how to coach.
Yeah.
You just like, I was doing a Satch warm up and my words were just not flowing. I don't know.
I reckon your coaching just needs a warm up.
Yeah, like literally.
Like I'm the same on a Monday. First class, I'm like, here it goes.
6
Warm
p.m.
it up.
Yeah. By 6 p.m. last night, after I did 4 and 5, by 6, I was like, I sort of knew what was going on. I was back to doing my thing, yelling and telling people what to do, and yeah.
Yeah.
But no, a week off was good. What did we do? I was pretty much with you the whole time. Because
Yeah.
we went away for the week.
That's
we
true.
we went away for the weekend.
Yeah.
And then...
You had a real break from work.
I actually,
and the
the
people at
funny
work.
thing is, I had a break from work in the car on the way to when we were going away. I was doing work with Russ in the car. So
I was like, oh, well, we're in the car for 3 hours on the way there and way back, Sam. We might as well get something productive done.
Yeah.
And then we just like, well, I was driving, so Russ was doing more of the scribe work. I was just talking shit or critiquing him. Or just,
What were you guys doing?
we did the program. I did a fine tune the program, I think, and then we finished the challenge.
Yeah,
Because
nice.
we planned all the posts and all that stuff and did the posts.
And the sugarwood stuff.
yeah,
Yeah. All that stuff takes time.
just did all that in the car.
Yeah.
Um,
You guys were good at that stuff, actually. Putting that stuff in. Yeah. We're consistent. I'd say we were pretty consistent with this challenge.
no, I
Yeah.
think we did a good job. It got me back from the depths.
Yeah. 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 No,
It pulled a few people out of the depths of winter, that challenge.
yeah. Sammy was telling me yesterday, got it G'd up. Challenge got him G'd.
Yeah, well, it did. I forgot what it was like to actually like look after yourself a little bit, if that makes sense. Like, I just wasn't drinking any water, and I started drinking water. I'm like, wow, I feel so much better.
It's like you audit.
Yeah.
You audit how you look after yourself.
Yeah, and then like-
what am I actually doing for myself?
And then I made sure I went to bed earlier, and then I woke up better the next day, and then it all just like snowballed into wanting to train, and then when everything just felt better. I just forgot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's easy. It's very easy to slip into bad habits, and you sort of don't realize that you've done it until you sort of take a step back and go, "Hey, I'm not doing that." That should be that's like a basic thing for good human performance. To have good mental health, you got to tick the boxes with the basics.
Mm.
You got to, you got to get enough sleep. You got to drink enough water. You got to eat some food. Like you're not going to feel good unless you do those things. And then we're trying to do, then we're talking about peak performance. Like we're talking about trying to make gains in the gym, but you haven't even ticked the basics yet. So, so that's I think just getting everyone,
Did
better
you
on the basics.
Did you get that from a podcast?
No, we went to a speech last week.
Oh, I just had massive deja vu. I was like, fuck.
Did you-
I've heard this.
That was just on the clouds.
I heard this,
figured
and
we
I was
know-
like,
Russ
who-
just Gary V'd you.
I was like, Russ can't listen to the same stuff as me because I listen to some weird shit.
You went
like-
to you guys went to the Mindset
Yeah.
Matters
I
seminar.
went to some weird
Yeah,
shit.
we went to some Mindset Matters, and this guy was talking about having the basics down, and I was like, yeah, that's what we did.
What was
our
it?
challenge? We got the
Well,
basics down.
Yeah.
Well, what he said was, right, I think it was his mother or his grandma or someone that looks after him in his life. He's saying when shit got hard, like his mum and his grandma he's like, have you drank enough water? Have you eaten food? Have you gone to sleep?
Yeah.
And like they made sure he did that, and then he just
It was his
he
grandma,
just-
yeah.
yeah. he
That was like the
started-
first, he like...
That was the first thing she said
said
to
on
him.
the
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do this, and you feel better. That's why
That's super
I was
cool.
just tripping. I was like, where the hell did we hear that?
Yeah, it's like their fallbacks.
Yeah.
So he fall backs on that when things get hard.
Yeah.
Like you
And-
fall back on, things are right. Have I drank enough water?
Yeah.
Have I had enough sleep?
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing I did on the week off. We went to this Mindset Matters seminar, which was actually 9 out of 10 in my books.
It was
Thoughts?
good. It was good because usually at those sort of things, when you're sitting there all day listening to people talk, you start to fall asleep. And I didn't. So it must have been relatively interesting because usually I'd be like, my eyes shutting. You know what I mean?
Well, the first speaker was a lady from South Africa, and she won Speaker of the Year.
She was a
Whatever
good
last
speaker.
year was. Yeah.
2022?
2022 or 23. I don't know how they did. Whether she said 2023 though, maybe. Whatever. She won the Speaker of the Year on the last competition or wherever it was. She was so good.
So we went to the best speaker
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
We listened to the best in the world. Couldn't get better.
Yeah.
She won the prize.
She was
Of
good.
best speaker in the world.
It's like you're
Yeah.
going to...
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she went. They
was
must
it a
have-
good speech?
Yeah. It was.
She didn't stop speaking, and she rarely even... She didn't even need to look at any of her slides or anything.
She had
just-
an accent as well, and like when you hear accents, sometimes it can be harder to.
Not
and this lady
impersonator.
was-
Yeah.
She was 60. She was 65.
She was 60. Yeah.
She was 65, and I think at the end of the speech, she said something about like she's just getting started, and everyone gave her a round
Everyone's
of applause.
going nuts, screaming. I was G, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good.
So she was talking about
the old world of business versus new world of business.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the topic that she was
Yeah.
speaking on.
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. And so, what are some of the differences?
She was basically saying that old world business people wanted ownership. Nowadays, people want access to things.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
don't necessarily want to own; they want access. So
So a prime example was
I don't want
like-
to own a movie. I want access to Disney.
exactly,
That's literally yeah, that's a perfect example.
Right.
Yeah.
So like old style like brick and mortar stuff is just sort of going out of fashion where just like online stuff. Just pretty much just
Taking your business
I've got
online.
heaps of notes and stuff on it, but I do need to re-go over them because I've got so much good value on my phone in there. I'll
Yeah.
go over them tomorrow or something.
Well, what's the benefit of having access opposed to owning? Because you don't have
She
to
was
pay as
talking
much.
about-
do
yeah,
you?
she was talking about starting your business in debt and stuff. Like you don't. Yeah, there was just it was a really good. Just to change the topic a little bit, it was really good being a business owner and going to this because every speaker was saying different things. I wouldn't say they would contradict each other, but you left with like you weren't biased when you left, if that made sense. You had someone talking about online stuff, and you had someone talking about in Perth. It was just there was something for everyone, I would say, and I got something from each speaker. So yeah, the first speaker was what Russ said there. The second,
I forgot her name though.
I forgot her name too. I'll remember it. Anyway, she was really good. The second speaker was
forgot his
was a
name
pretty
too.
good. That was a pretty motivating story. So the second speaker was the guy that organized the whole thing, right? And what did he say? 5 years ago, he was, he listened to Gary Vee. Is that what he said?
Look, I have no idea. What
Russ
he said.
doesn't remember.
There's a lot of content.
Russ,
content
doesn't,
to take
Russ
in.
doesn't remember.
Yeah.
But 5 years ago, so this kid was my age. He said 5 years ago he was sitting in the back of a Gary Vee speech, And now 5 years later, he paid for Gary Vee to come, and that whole thing was his. And he was
What a flex!
you should have seen it, dude.
That's a mad flex.
He'll,
Like that's sick.
well,
That's a
what, so
flex,
what
though.
he does is he does social media management.
He's
So-
like, you got me here, and now I own you.
but what he did was he talked about social media funnels and management. So he was in charge of he was the manager for the best speaker in the world as well. So say the best speaker goes, okay, I want to do a speech in Australia,
Yep.
he'll organize it and do the marketing stuff. So that's what this guy did. So
Yeah, cool.
That guy specifically spoke about that, which we obviously got heaps of stuff.
Yeah,
as
he
well.
used to. He was a lecturer at Melbourne Uni on this like the same topic, and basically, so he had a degree in psychology. So he was basically saying like the reason why he's good at it because he understands the human brain and understands what people want and what their decisions they're going to make. And
It's important.
And then he was like his speech was, I would say, he was like he gave 90%, but because he was like trying to sell something. Because like the upsell was at the end, you got to buy. His
There's that 10% of you that's listening out for the snake in the grass.
No, but he acknowledged at the start. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, look, I understand when you're listening to these, like if you're sort of waiting for the sell. He's like, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to do a 10-minute sell at the end, and I'll let you know when it is, and you can leave if you want." He addressed that from the start.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty cool.
That's a good tactic.
And then I waited to see the sell, and his sell was hype. It was hype. He was selling a $10,000 thing.
Yeah,
It was a
$10,000
$10,000 thing, and I think I saw 50 people buy it.
What?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It
Yeah.
was mental. Whether they were actors
But
or not, we don't
he,
know.
Yeah.
I was a
true.
hater.
3
I
were
was-
real.
Nah, I think if you had some sort of business where you could, probably like also if you have intellectual property you're trying to sell, like you present something that you know about something, he would be probably the man to get.
He had guarantees. He literally said, if you don't make this amount of money,
It was like 50K.
you don't have to pay.
50K in 2 months or something.
Yeah.
That's
But
cool.
he said he won't
He
pick.
had a guarantee.
Yeah, he said he won't actually pick anyone though.
Yeah.
So no, not everyone can work with him. He will pick. So you go and pay,
He handpicks them.
and then he picks what he can work with. Because obviously,
Yeah.
If you're trying to sell like $2, I don't know, whatever, like $2 pens, chances are he's might not be able to make enough profit from your $2 pens to cover his costs.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had
It
to
just
give him information.
the
and
business
stuff,
model
and then-
has to fit his model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he brought David Goggins. He was the one that interviewed David Goggins when David Goggins came here. Same guy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So if you saw those David Goggins ads and all that, that was all him. This guy.
Well, who's going to carry the boats, man?
But yeah, so that's another thing I did on my week off. We just went sidetracked there, but went to this seminar and that was it. Yeah.
Mad invite.
Well, I got free tickets.
Yeah, I could have bought a ticket. The business could have bought me a ticket.
Yeah.
Oh, facts. Do that
Yeah.
hit, boys.
I'm
That
gonna
hit.
be
That hit.
honest. I didn't know how good it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to. I didn't know because I thought it was just gonna be Gary Vee.
I love Gary Vee. I listen to his podcast all the time.
I didn't know you liked Gary Vee.
I was a little bit jellies when I heard.
Well, Gary Vee wasn't even the best part. Gary Vee was just.
I think seeing Gary Vee speak, you can tell why people like Gary Vee, but there was not like, I didn't really learn anything from Gary.
Right.
I just learned that Gary Vee's a very good speaker, and the amount, like he got the questions he got asked from the crowd, some of them
Amazing.
were I would have been stumped on what to say, and he knew exactly what to say and there was such a big, broad variety of questions. There was some girl asking about, like, some 13-year-old saying that her mum doesn't let her on TikTok or something. And
He would have roasted that mum.
No, he
I
was
didn't-
so good.
Oh, no, he's
he
not.
Gave,
He saw
he
that,
gave
yeah.
such. I was like, wow, I
Yeah.
would have stayed out of that.
Yeah.
But he gave such a good.
He's big on like kids being kids sort of thing?
Yes,
yeah.
It was very. It was a lot of parenting questions, I will say.
Yeah.
Heap of parenting questions. But so there was 4 speakers, and Gary Vee was the last one. But his wasn't actually a speech. The guy was just interviewing him.
Yeah.
So that's why it was a little bit different. He wasn't going in there to give anything. He just sat down at the table, a couple of bottles of water, and that young bloke was just asking him questions, and then he had a Q&A. That's why I'm not saying we didn't learn anything specific. It's just because it was just he was just answering questions about his come up and about everything and stuff. I did get stuff from him, but not specifically for our business, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
They say Gary Vee talks like he's on drugs. Like, he's just so upfront. He's fast. He goes, like...
He was actually, I will say, he was a lot slower. He looked tired.
He's chilled out a bit,
He
hasn't he?
was
Or he's a bit tired.
he looked tired, but he did say he's here for 3 hours and he's going somewhere else.
Old
It's
mate's booked in too many seminars.
just- yeah. So he's just he's doing it all around Australia or whatnot. But yeah, as Russ said, his answers were I was just mind blown. Some of the questions,
I feel like being able to talk well, you do have to understand human psychology.
and he didn't like use filler words or anything.
Right.
Like, so what I mean, so if you ask a question, he just like he maybe thought if it was a harder question, he thought about it for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then but his answers were just amazing. I was
Yeah.
shocked.
Yeah, very good problem solver. He basically, well, whoever, like, a lot of the audience came, say, I've got this issue.
Yeah.
And basically by the end of the minute conversation with Gary Vee, they're like got an answer to their problem, or got a solution.
Yeah.
And
he was pretty honest. He was mean. I wouldn't say mean, but like some people were like, it was kind of awkward because he was
Yeah. Yeah.
not making fun of them, but he was making them contradict themselves to get the truth.
Yeah.
And they as soon as they say like, "Oh, I sound like a dickhead here. I'm in front of 2,000 people."
Yeah. They'd have to get
but
over
he,
that.
But he said, "No, I did that on purpose." So yeah, but it was everyone there was a business owner.
Did that on purpose, so...
So they learnt and realized.
Yeah.
they came to the realization on their own. He didn't force, spoon feed them the answer.
Yeah.
He let them come to the realization that they've got a problem, not the situation they're in. They've got the problem. They need to change their mindset.
But the strategy, he was sort of like alluding about it.
Yeah.
He was alluding to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. He wasn't.
We could.
He didn't shove it down the throat.
It would be a lot harder if you're standing on the mic in front of everyone. Us stepping back, I could sort of see where he was going with it. Like I could, yeah. We could sort of read, but it's easier for us sitting back, not in front of it.
So what's an example? Like someone came on stage.
Someone came on stage and says, "I want to, like my product shit." Oh, what was the example? What was the kid that he was making fun of?
There was a kid who was 22,
Yep.
and he was restarting his dad's chauffeur business.
Right.
And he's like wanted to take it to the next level. He's like, how can I get this business to the next level?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, why do you want to get to the next level? And he's just like, so I make my parents proud or whatever.
Right.
And he was basically saying I want to make their business better. And he's like, well, is it going to be profitable? And he's like, yeah. Well, isn't that better? Isn't that already step in the right direction? He's like, yeah. Well, why aren't you happy with that? He's like, because it's not. I want to make it into a multi-million dollar company. He's like, why do you want that? Like, he's basically just.
So he's big on a strong reason why. He's
Yeah.
he's just getting them to think about why they want that.
Yeah. He's like, that's my dream, but is he?
And he's like, "Is it?"
Is it?
Pretty much. It was
Yeah.
just like he was getting at the point that he doesn't really want to do it.
Yeah.
That's where he got to.
or finding out if he does or if he doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah. Or if he's doing
I
it for the
think
right
he could
reasons.
he could sense a fake. Yeah. Anyways, he could.
Because if you're not doing it for the right reasons, you're not going to go far.
Mm.
I don't think. At some point, you're going to get stopped
Yeah.
because you just don't care anymore. You're like, I'm making enough. I'm not.
And a lot of the conversations that he was having, a lot of the guy was interviewing him, asking him why, what are you talking about? What's in the current, what are you chatting about? And he's like, well, at the moment he's talking about mental health because there's a big people's mental health's a big problem right now. And I think a lot of the conversations that he was having with people is that you can just be happy making $100K a year. Like there's plenty of people that are happy and make 50 grand a year. He was trying to almost. I guess in Gary Vee in the past, he's been very big motivational speaker on trying to get people to that next level, and maybe he's making them chase the rabbit too much to the point that they're just chasing it for the sake of chasing it.
Yeah, he was.
That's not really what's going to make them happy in the end. And there's some people that came to stage and was like, oh, I want to take things to the next level. I'm doing this thing that's successful.
It's a hard conversation to have.
like
You got to be super honest with yourself, and sometimes you think you're being honest with yourself, and then you go down that hole for a bit, and then you're like, I actually do want this, and you ping pong back and forth
That
between
happens so much.
I want to, I don't want to, I do, I don't.
That happens so much to people that were kind of successful. Like some people were saying their businesses are worth a couple 100,000 or $500,000, and they're like, I want to make
they basically want
7 figures or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, they're like, okay, I don't really want to.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's commitment. It's commitment. Like you got to have a reason why you want that. like why you want to commit to that
and
thing.
it all sort of came down to what other people wanted for them. I think he was very big. There was people saying that their parents want them to do things, and he was like, well, you need to... He literally told someone, stop hanging out with your parents because they're bad for you.
Yeah.
Literally, and I was like, whoa, that's a hard thing to say, but it was, yeah.
I think there's like this thing where you like you sort of grow up and you break away from the nest, right?
Yeah.
So you sort of you leave home, you start talking to your parents less, you don't see them every day, you make more decisions for yourself, you build your own house, maybe you get to go, you have family, like you know, and there's a process in which that happens, or you, and then you got people that are like, I mean, sorry if anyone's 45 and still living with their mum, but you know, it's like you don't grow up to an extent because you're still living with mum. Like to a point, you gotta move on.
Yeah, one thing I kept sensing too is people sort of kept trying to say Gary's story, because Gary's story is he took his family's business and did it well. I could just see that he's just like, you guys don't actually want to do this. You're just doing it because what I did.
Yeah.
Like that is like
They're just
if you don't-
copying.
Yeah.
They're just copying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
literally what it was sort of like, and you could sense
Like,
that.
oh, that was successful. I'll just do that.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, it's not going to work for you because you're not him.
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that's sort of what I got. But
You're
it's-
not him. You're not him.
But he was just so good at it though. I just couldn't believe it. He's like, he's like, okay, if you think if your mum doesn't believe in you or your dad doesn't believe in your business or what you want to do, it was actually someone going in the crypto space that
Good, watch me.
That was a lawyer. She quit law school to pursue arts essentially, and her parents like low key hated her. It's
Yeah.
like,
What,
how
that-
often do you
that's
talk?
not love.
He's like, how often do you talk to your mum?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, every day. I was like, why don't you just talk to her 2 hours a week then? Because you'll be 10 times happier.
Yeah.
And it was just little things like that. And I was like, wow.
He said, I want you to get a t-shirt, draw over law.
Yeah.
And give it to him.
Over law.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Yeah. No, but
Like she's going to choose drawing
because she
over
likes
law.
drawing over, she dropped out
Because
of
that drawing makes her happy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's her passion.
but her
So
parents
she's-
wanted her to be a
so
lawyer.
she's pursuing her passion, and she decided that lawyering doesn't make her happy.
and
Yeah.
and
But the
yeah.
T-shirt says quote
He-
over law quote end.
No, it says draw over law. It's
Oh,
just a
draw
joke.
over law. Yeah,
it's
gotcha.
Just a joke. So he's
Yeah.
like, this is what I want you to do. He's like, I want
That's
you to get
mad.
a
That's
t-shirt
quick,
printed.
isn't it?
Yeah.
He said
He's
that on
like, I
stage.
want you to get a t-shirt printed that says draw over law. Give it to your parents. They're going to be sad for a month, and I guarantee your relationship with them will be better.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
Yeah. It'll get rid of a lot of resentment, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. I
Wow.
guess, well, we could probably
From her end,
Yeah.
like because she's like, I'm happy, I'm doing what I'm doing, like I'm happy, and then eventually I feel like your parents see you being happy and you thriving, and then it's like, how can you not be happy for your child if they're thriving?
But the seminar,
Everyone's
all in
different.
all,
Depends
was
on your
great,
values,
and I
but-
think we're gonna
Yeah.
do lots of these things
Well,
for Underway.
the best free tickets I got this year.
Mad invite, boys.
Yeah.
Man,
But, I mean,
if
for
I
the-
knew it was gonna be this good, we would have bought.
Yeah.
I would have
No,
took everyone. I would have
for
took every
200
coach.
I think that the tickets were like $270, and I think they were worth $270. Like it would have been money well spent if you went to that thing and you paid to go.
Wow, if only I was thought of.
Dude, I did.
Well, who?
Next time we're going.
Anyway,
But next time I would have. If I knew it was gonna be that good,
We're going to
I
Andrew
would've
Scholes
took-
though, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's
We're
another.
going to Andrew Scholes.
That's
Russ,
another-
you coming to Andrew Scholes?
oh, I don't know.
We've got to check the dates.
We'll
He might
see.
be in Europe.
Literally just checked this morning. He posted. Was it a comedy show or a podcast? Josh asked.
Sure. Stand up.
Oh yeah, sweet.
He's a comedian, bro. Stand up.
Well, I don't
Sweet.
think that sounds as enlightening or
Could be.
educating.
Could be.
Could be.
You got to fill up with good vibes, man. You got. That's the thing. Like, people are always chasing down things that are like stressful because they think it's going to put them forward in life. But I feel like you need a healthy balance of that and things that are going to fill you up with good vibes. It's like, think about it. If you go to Andrew Shaw's this Saturday night, next week I'm working harder. I just am. I'm just gonna.
Well, not if I sink 20 beers.
Yeah, but well, that's different. Yeah,
Do you know one
the
thing
balance
that,
went out
that
because of the
struck
20
me from this
beers.
podcast, right? There was this American guy, his name was Phil. I remember his name. He was just a typical motivating guy, just trying to motivate everyone with funny quotes and things. And one thing he wrote on the board was, "Am I too busy to be successful?" And I was like, shit.
Brain blast.
Yeah.
Epiphany.
I was like,
Awakening.
holy shit. I am way too busy. I can't even have a thought.
Enlightenment.
Yeah, but he was really talking about like slowing down.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you're too busy and just always doing things, like how are you gonna think about growing and all this stuff. And I was like, holy mother of God, that just hit me a slap in the face.
Nice.
Well, he wasn't talking about being just busy with like, he was talking about like people make themselves busy and get like with distractions. Too.
Yeah.
You know, like you watch YouTube for 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's you being busy watching YouTube. You're not learning anything. You're not having mind breaking thoughts in your head.
You're having downtime.
He said that like Einstein, he would use the example that Einstein has like in his calendar every single day had 2 hours of boredom.
Yeah.
2 hours of nothing.
Yeah.
He's like tried to be bored because that's when your best thoughts come to you when you're like not thinking about anything else. You're like just
I was like, holy shit, we need to
Sitting
put
there.
boredom in that calendar, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's when you start thinking, it's when you start creativity. Boredom creates creativity.
yeah.
Yeah.
And one other thing he said as well, what was the question? He said every day at 3 o'clock he asked himself this. Was it, what can I be doing now?
What is
No.
something that I know I should be doing that I'm not doing? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, he asked himself that at 3 o'clock. He's like, yeah, say that one more time.
What is something that I know I should be doing that I'm not doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he does it.
Yeah.
And he does that every day at 3 o'clock.
At
I was
3
like,
p.m.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I get the 3 p.m. shut eyes too. That's
Yeah.
a good question to ask me at 3 p.m. actually.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it just might even be just checking sugar what's going on the next day. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah. It can be, you can use it to anything in your life.
Yeah.
Relationship,
Yeah,
know,
he used
like,
it. He used it. for-
work,
Yeah.
marketing, I don't know, whatever you want. You just apply it to anything.
It
Yeah.
doesn't
What's
have to
something
be
that-
at 3 o'clock. It'd be at 7 a.m. if you want. But
Yeah. So how do you remind yourself to do that?
I don't know. Write it on the wall, dude. Maybe get it on the wall.
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah. You have to actually really want it, I think. You have to actually really want to do that. You have to really believe in it. You have to think about it. Yep. You have to have it written somewhere, obviously, because if you believed about it, then you're definitely writing it down. Not just in your phone notes, probably in a diary. You might look at it. You might print out a little thing. You might just have it there. You look at it every day. It's on your office desk. If you really believed in it, that's what you'd do. But if you don't, then you won't. Right?
Well, it's like anything. I think at the end of the day, like, you know, you can listen to all the motivational speeches in the world, but if you don't take any action on anything that you're listening to, then you're not going to change, eh?
Yeah.
You actually got to take action. You got to do things that make you uncomfortable. And that was something else he
Yeah.
was speaking about
Yeah.
is getting into situations where you feel uncomfortable is you growing.
Yeah.
And he also used the example that there's two ways to make money. Do what other people can't do,
Yeah.
or do what other people aren't prepared to do.
Yeah.
So, like, if you can do things that make the majority of people uncomfortable, but you become good at that, you'll probably be successful because there's not many people that want to do that.
Yeah.
It's like if you can clean, I don't know, rat-infested chimneys, if that's your specialty, there's probably not many people that want to clean rat-infested chimneys.
Yeah.
So you'll be one of the only people that do it, and you can charge top dollar.
Yeah. Or like you're a great singer and you
It's probably
just
a bad
like
example,
get
but-
over the
Yeah.
emotions you feel when you sing publicly in front of people, and now you're Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, now you're a gym.
Yeah. Or not. Or you're just like down at the pub enjoying singing, like whatever it is. Yeah. But yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot lately too. I've been big mantra for me lately is just like stop buying into my emotions and to make logical decisions. So because I can just be such an emotionally driven human when I'm not thinking about it. I just go, oh, like that offended me. Now I'm just gonna make decisions and say things based off that, and then finally I get like that. Me being offended goes away, and then I'm like, oh, I'm over that now. Now I can actually make valued-based decisions again.
Yeah.
But I try and be self-aware enough to go, oh, I'm offended. Do I really care about that? Nah. I'm just going to continue on this conversation like that never even happened because I don't want to give that any attention because I don't want to, I don't need to.
Well, yeah, what's been working for me, I don't know if you were on the podcast when, I think it was just me and Russ when we were talking about this. The question I was asking myself for a little bit was like, am I going to be proud of the decision I'm making? And that's really changed a lot. So like, for example, I don't know, when the podcast broke 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
I sat there and I gone, fuck, I don't want to film this again. We just did it now, but are we going to be proud if we do it again? And yes, so we just did it. But that question's been...
Why wouldn't have you done it?
Because we haven't eaten lunch. Like I was PT.
You're hungry.
Yeah, I was PTing
Yeah.
an hour later. I went straight to my PT sushi in my hand.
Yeah.
Um,
What does hungry make you?
comfy, happy.
No. When you're hungry, it's the start. When I start to get starving, it low key stresses me out.
Yeah,
Like
agreed.
hunger is a stressor.
Well, it's
So like it's like, am I gonna logically make the right decision right now and just record the podcast again? That's the logical decision. That's the right thing to do. I know that is. Right. Now, what are the emotions fighting that? I'm hungry. I'm pissed off because the podcast just messed up. Yeah, I'm like unmotivated because I'm feeling lazy because it just fucked up and now we've got to do it again. And I'm like, literally just 45 minutes went to waste. You could think of it like that. And it's like, no. The right thing to do right now is actually do it again. Like, am I going to die of starvation right now? No. Can I go another 45 minutes and do this? Absolutely. All right, then let's do it. And why not?
Yeah, well, it was good. We did it. Otherwise, weren't going to have a podcast that week.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about it now.
Yeah.
My hunger's gone,
There's
man.
nothing
Yeah.
2 weeks later.
Yeah. It's like I'm sick of just making decisions satisfying emotions.
Yeah.
It's just yeah.
But
Should have had autosave on, man.
I saw a cool watch in the city. There's this painting of like
I saw it on
a
Instagram.
watch,
Yeah.
and it's like now. It says now, but then when you take a photo of it, it flips it and it says one. So my mantra is get now one.
Dude, are we getting
What?
out of the gym?
Yeah. So that's all right. So basically now
Why is that your mantra?
is the present,
Oh,
and to win now.
one.
To
Like
win now,
W-O-N.
yeah. Try get the most out of now. Well, how can I get the most out of now? I've got to get now one. Do you know what I mean?
I get it. I
Yeah.
don't know why you don't get
But
it.
it's just cool because it's like a watch and it flips.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's sick. That was cool.
It's on that Casio watch.
Yeah,
I
just
saw
sort
it.
of.
Jack,
It was a
I
cool
reckon
bit of
Jack's
art.
got a new mantra every single week.
Nah, I reckon this is
Yeah.
a good. I reckon this is a good mantra, man.
Yeah.
I thought you were on the Buffaloes.
Oh,
Buffaloes
yes.
are
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
What was the Buffalo one again?
No, the
I like
Buffaloes
the
are with me.
Buffalo one.
Like I repeat them to myself until I feel like I learn them, and
Yeah.
then like until I feel like I'm acting on them, and then I grow, and then I change my focus.
No,
But,
you know,
yeah.
Yeah, go. Oh, you know what I just realised? We have done a lot this last week. We haven't even spoke about Jack's birthday. This is just talk about my 4 days off work. So for those that don't know, Jack, I'm not talking about your birthday, bro. You talk about your birthday.
What do you
How
want?
old are you, man?
I'm 25.
25.
Yeah.
25.
That's
20.
a milestone. That's a quarter century.
I love 25.
Yeah. Yeah.
I reckon 25 was.
I'm 25 now, boys. We're moving on. We're getting old.
I don't think so. Not when you're 25.
I feel so young. It's ridiculous.
I still feel it.
It's all right
I
to
would say
that.
I still feel 25. Oh, maybe 21. I think I still feel the same as I did when I was 21.
Yeah.
Thoughts? What do you feel?
Well-
You're older than me.
No, well, I don't know. I don't think I have that. I think you just as you get older, you get more responsibilities, but I don't think I've accumulated too many yet. I think the big thing that changes you when you have kids, that's the responsibility that's like shit's getting real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I think
I don't know.
I think that can be a thing. I think people make that a thing. Like, oh, I've got kids now. Yeah, I've got to like. You do have to grow up a bit because you're gonna have to do some adult shit. But your ability to have fun, be easygoing, like stay up to date with the times, the language, the fashion, it's a choice to stay young. I feel like that's my opinion.
What makes you young? What's the defining thing?
Don't-
I think as people get older, you think inside you still
Yeah.
feel the same way.
Most people I know that have kids and that I've spoke to them about it that are a bit younger say that their whole perspective just changes.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than thinking about yourself first, you think about your kids first. And that's not an issue
Yeah.
because they reckon it's the best. Yeah, it's the most satisfying thing in the world.
Yeah, that's the
is-
kids thing. But in terms of being young, does that make you not young because you think about your kids first?
I don't have kids, so I can't say. But I would say being a kind of getting to 30s business owner, I can't be as stupid and make stupid mistakes because it could affect my business.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when I'm 21, I can, I don't know, backflip off a bridge and maybe break my shit up or
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
If I do that now, who the hell is going to work or what's going to happen? We're going to have to pay someone to do more. I think as responsibilities
Yeah.
come, you got to be well, I find I just reassess some things.
We'll coach, man, whilst you fix your spine. You'll be right.
What if I break my spine? Then what?
Well, you got worse problems than not being able to coach.
Yeah, true, true. But they're,
I think that's just getting smarter.
they're the thoughts I will have though. Like
Yeah.
say you know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
it's got to be a little bit. I find as I got older, I just have to be a little bit smarter with what I do. I can't afford as big fuck ups.
I'm not talking about being stupid.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about being young.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just being young. Being fit, that keeps you young. You can run around with the kids. You feel like a young person. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, however you act, that's how you're going to feel. So if you act like a young person, you become a young
Keep
person. You act like a horse, you think like a horse, you become a horse, man.
You identify as a horse.
Dude,
Yeah.
so tell us about your birthday, bro. People want to hear, man. They saw us.
Yeah, man. No, well, I don't know. I had a pretty sick birthday week because we went away to Lakes, so that was pretty cool. Brendan's got a place out in Lakes Entrance, so just went away with, it was us and a couple of our mates, and just hung out there. He's got a new boat, so did a day out on the water and was on the jimmies, and yeah, it was a good time.
Oh, I don't know why you drink Jim Beam. That's
He was
that's
drinking them on
nasty.
his birthday as well.
That stuff's nasty.
That's good, man.
He likes it. I don't know.
Yeah, I like bourbon. I like brown liquor. Yeah.
What about Jack
I feel like I
Daniels?
like
Do you reckon
any
it's nice?
bourbon but Jim Beam.
Oh, yeah, that's just your preference. Yeah, cool. I like it.
Something about it.
I like. I don't know what I like.
Yeah, what don't you like about it? Just the
It just
twang?
doesn't taste. It just tastes a bit.
Yeah.
You used to like Jack Daniels. Don't they taste similar?
Nah.
No, I don't know. I don't drink.
The pineys were good, though. The pineys go down a treat.
Are you talking about piney limeys?
Nah, I'm talking about vodka pineapples.
Yeah, piney limeys are better, man. They're the level up.
I don't know.
As much
Vodka
pine.
pineapples taste better, but a piney. So a piney limey, for people that don't know or haven't gone out clubbing with Russ, is tell them what a piney lime is.
It's just a vodka lime soda, and you just like get a bit of pineapple juice in it, depending on how
Because he
adventurous
doesn't
you
want
feel.
he doesn't want too much sugar. He only gets a dash of pineapple juice in a
I
vodka
don't want
lime
to wake
soda.
up with a sugar hangover.
Yeah, with those sugar knees.
Yeah, sugar. I don't want those sugar joints.
I'll never. And they just low key smell like vomit. I don't know.
It's because you vomited them up, bro.
No, I would just rather drink a vodka lime soda. Is my point.
Nah, when you 2 a.m. you're sweating bullets and you just
Oh,
drink
you
one
want
of those, man.
you want a bit of sugar.
Bring you back.
You want a bit of sugar.
You want a bit of sugar, but you don't want all the sugar.
They're,
You have all
they're
the
intra carbs.
By the time you had 5 vodka pineapples, you probably chugged a whole 2-liter jug of pineapple juice. You're not going to feel very good.
Why not?
I don't know.
Pineapple juice makes me feel good.
2 liters
does.
worth of juice? I don't know. There's a limit. There's a limit when you.
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm accustomed to it because I drink liters of Powerade in a day usually.
Yeah. Well.
Like you can
anyways.
train yourself for anything, right? You can adjust to anything, including the pineys. Like if you get out on the weekend every weekend, like
I was. Yeah.
it's the same thing. Like I didn't drink for a while, and then like I like drunk, and I'm like, oh, this isn't as fun as I remember. And then the next weekend or the next time I drank, and I was like, oh yeah, oh I remember what this is like. And then it sort of just got funner and funner and funner, and I'm sort of just like finding that again.
And now you're alcoholic.
And now I'm a full blown alcoholic.
I actually enjoyed not drinking for the like drinking a lot. Like I think I said I had a couple of beers a couple of times during the challenge, but I didn't go out and have a lot of drinks.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that a lot. I felt clear, dude. I
me
felt
too.
clear, and then we went to Lakes and like.
That was so sick.
I wanted to drink
Lakes
at
was
Lakes.
so
I
sick.
wanted to drink at Lakes. Let's be honest. It was nice weather. We're on my friend's boat, like we're a holiday house.
That
having a-
popped off.
yeah, we're having a few drinks, and then obviously we had Jack's birthday at karaoke, and I had to drink at karaoke.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, I think you can't go to. You're not going to have that much fun at karaoke completely sober. I don't like and karaoke.
You'll have more.
And I don't know who.
I don't know. It's just
karaoke. If you put karaoke at 6:30,
It was early.
We had I booked it like 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
We had the 6:30 to 8:30 slot, or we had the 11:45 to 1:45
Yeah,
slot.
it's a hard
And I was
choice.
like, wow, looks like we're in the basement biggie room at 6:30.
I mean, I prefer 6:30 over 11:45 because if 11:45, that's a big night.
Yeah, yeah.
If you get to karaoke at 11:45,
You got 2 hours in that room.
yeah, that's a big night.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I trust my ability to read the words at that time.
I think we played it smart though with the 30 Jaeger bombs at 6:30 to get us going.
Oh, when I booked it, I was like, this can't not be a fun night. I'm like, Russ is gonna get up there.
It was fun. It was.
He'll
funny
be
as.
singing "Kiss from a Rose," and then I put "Kiss from a Rose" on. Russ skipped it.
Yeah, he didn't want.
It was too early. I think it was too many vibes.
7 o'clock. And I'm meant to sing Kiss from a Rose.
That's
It was
11:45.
For anyone listening, if you don't know, Russ's favorite song is "Kissed by a Rose" by
It's
Seal.
not his
Not my
favorite
favourite
song.
song.
Like, we'll play it at his funeral.
I will clarify. He likes that Seal album,
Yeah.
but that's the main song on that album.
Right.
Yeah, I
So.
do like that Seal Hits album.
Yes. When Russ was a bit younger and we were doing stupid things, as I said, now we've grown up and have a business and aren't as stupid. But when we weren't, Russ used to sing that album at just midnight. He's just out on the deck by himself. That album's on. He's singing.
Bro, I reckon he'd still do it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Russ got a good singing voice. But yeah, no, did you boys have fun? I thought it was a good
Yeah.
night out. It was a risk. I was booking, I'm like,
It
oh
was a good night
no,
out, but
carry
I think I need to
on.
stay away from the city for a few
Oh yeah,
months.
back to what I
Have a
was
break.
saying, right? So this week we don't have any drinking, which is good. I'm actually looking forward to no drinking,
Yeah.
recoup.
Yeah.
And then next week's my birthday, which I'll probably be
That'll be good fun.
I'll be having a lot of drinks, I think.
The gym crew.
the whole gym's invited. If you're listening, you're invited.
Yeah.
It's,
We're going
Yeah,
to
everyone
Pine
is-
Grove. Wait, no,
Yeah.
not Pine Grove.
Pink-
Pink Hill.
Pink Hill.
Pink Hill, yeah.
We could go
Well,
anywhere.
we could go to Pine Grove. as
We
well,
could go
but-
anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Pink Hill's the meetup.
Yeah.
At 3 o'clock
3 p.m. Well, we're lifting. When are we,
in the morning.
we haven't even had this conversation. Are we doing 1 session, 2 sessions? Just running in these
TBA.
classes? We'll discuss off the podcast. But we're going to be lifting in the morning.
Yeah.
Go home, have a power nap. Bang, 3 o'clock. We'll go to Pink Hill. Eat some lunch, eat some food, have a few drinks, and then do whatever you want. Stay out, go home.
Hell yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
be fun.
Oh, that'll be a vibe. Definitely. Yeah. And then what we do? We went from Heroes to. We went straight to Chapel. Yeah. We went to-
No, we went upstairs first.
Oh, yeah, we went upstairs to Hero because it's like a 5-story joint. So, yeah, and then we headed over to Chapel Street. Got into Bar Up. I've been to Bar Up maybe 1 or 2 other times, and every other time I've tried to go there, we couldn't get in because it was just so packed. Because you get there late and it's just packed, and and we're like, no, we're not waiting in this line. So they've made another like bar right next to it, and it's called Blue Bar, and it's like same R&B music, but it's just like. All the weirdos are in there. I remember
don't make it
I remember
easy.
going in there, and I remember there was just this demon following me around.
What?
And she just looked like she was just like that was her lifestyle. She looked like she lived there every single night. That's what
Okay.
she looked like.
Yeah,
She's following me
That's a
around.
good description. I don't think that needs to be Titanic horned.
And then
Stick with that.
I thought Titanic horns were about to stick out of her head. She was a demon. Anyways, so no, we had a bit of fun there. And
Oh, is that the whole story?
and yeah, no, Bar Up was sick. I won a dance battle.
Did you?
I won a
He
dance
did.
battle.
I will say, if I was voting, he did win that dance battle.
I
Thank
didn't
you,
see
bro.
this dance battle.
I fully vouch.
There's no doubt in my mind. It went up.
I thought that guy was gonna do more.
He was fronting, man. He was fronting hard. He was like he was
just
hoping
kept
I'd
saying
fold.
what? He just saying,
Hold my
keep-
drink. Hold my drink.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. And then I grabbed the drink. And then he just like froze. And then I put the drink on my head.
And he did a Tash Aspara, squatted it, and I was like, please don't drop this guy's drink.
And then he took it off my head, and then everyone went crazy, and then
Yeah.
that was it.
Ah.
Yeah.
It was sick. I will say it was
Yeah.
pretty sick. I was hyped.
That was pretty cool. And then wrapped it up there.
Well, it was a good night out, but there was also something else that happened on the weekend,
What?
which we haven't spoken about. The CrossFit Games.
Yep.
Shit.
Yeah.
CrossFit Games on the weekend.
Yep.
And the Aussies did well.
I might just say people are talking to us about the CrossFit Games. There is so much content to absorb in the CrossFit Games. There is no joke. I think there's 48 hours of footage, including teams, divisions,
Take the week off. Watch the CrossFit Games.
all the
bro.
divisions, males,
You're gonna need to.
females. It's a very big sport to watch. So, for me, I'm kind of like to watch I don't kind of like it. I like to watch the males, and I like to study them and see what they do. And yeah, they're predominantly the people I watch.
I'm going to be honest. I watched like the top heat males on the first day, maybe.
Yeah.
And I just like maybe even skipped to the last little bit of the event.
Yeah.
I just watched the
No, I
finish.
always watch
and
top heat.
Yeah, the fast
Yeah.
finish or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Most people be
maybe
the same.
second day. And then I just started watching Craig Ritchie's wrap-ups. I'm like, oh, this is better.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, he tells you what you need to know.
Yeah, I got a 40-minute like video, but it's a little bit of excitement, interviews, like the stuff going on.
Jack
People-
Farlow. Did you see Jack?
Yeah, I did. People
Yeah.
are talking shit.
179 clean and jerk.
Oh, I did see that.
23 years old.
I saw
Jesus, I saw him because I looked at him. I'm like, is he
that. That double
12?
bounce.
Double
man.
bounce the clean. Yeah, he double bounced the clean.
That was big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double dribble.
Where's he from?
America, isn't he?
Yeah, what,
Canada?
like, do you know
Canada?
where he trains
What's with
out
these
of?
Canadians, man? The Canadians did well.
Yeah. Jeff Adler.
The Canadians. There was like
He's
three
a
Canadians in the top
Beast,
5.
man.
Yeah.
When I saw Adler, I was like, he's so composed. His answers to his questions, like his mindset's so good.
Yeah.
I did watch his interview actually after day one. Or I don't even know where I watched it.
You win the CrossFit Games, man. Your mindset's good.
Yeah, but his mindset was just. It was really good.
Yeah.
I
You
could
admired
tell.
it. What do you admire about it?
I don't know, man. I get vibes, man.
He's chill.
I just got the vibes. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
He gave me the vibe.
I got the vibe
Jesus.
too. I also got the vibe, and what I liked about him was he like no matter what was happening, he was just sort of chill. He was still just doing his thing. Like
Yeah.
he's like
He
he's
controlled
like
what he can control. He
holding the flag. He's just chill. He's smiling. Like he grabs the medal. Like he's smiling. Like he's not crying or anything.
Yeah.
Like he's grounded.
He is very. I
Yeah.
enjoyed watching him. But apart from that, obviously all the Aussies. Bit disappointed we didn't get to see Douglas lift, but
Yeah.
it is what it is, man.
Yeah. Everyone feels that.
Yeah,
Everyone
I think every Aussie hates the cuts, and I'm going to be honest, it's just because we didn't get to see Jake Douglas do it.
Lift. Yeah.
If Jake Douglas from another country, we wouldn't care. But it's just the Aussies are just hating those cuts. We just wanted to see Jake lift some freaking weights, but whatever.
Yeah. Jay Crouch, 8th, single digit placing, first time. 24 years old. That's pretty sick.
He killed it.
Yep.
He killed it. I
Yep.
got like even from watching him too, because I did watch him. That's probably the only guy I pretty
And-
much watched. He had fun. He looked like he was just he wanted it bad.
Bro.
The little runs, like the fast finishes. I was like, I could see him have a decision in his head of like, do I want this? I
Yeah.
could see that.
Yeah.
And he just sent it. I
Yeah.
was like,
and he's
wow.
like, yes.
Yeah.
And then just go.
Oh,
yeah.
I was
He was
I
going for it,
loved
man.
It was
Yeah.
good- it was
His
fun to
energy
watch.
was different this year. It's interesting.
There wasn't that much between first and 10th either.
Yeah.
There really wasn't. It
No.
wasn't like there was like standout. There was not much between the first 4. There was like tiny, only a few places.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
he has
So-
another good year,
And it's
tight.
anyone in that top 10. It's anyone's game.
if he has another good year of training, I have no doubt that he could podium.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zero
After
doubt.
what he did this year, no doubt.
Zero doubt. Like I said, we don't know what's going on. Oh, you
Well, I
obviously
mean, a
you
lot
train
to-
you
like,
train with it, but
it's-
I don't know what's going
It's
on.
such a hard
but-
sport though to like even get anywhere close and like to podium. Like a lot's got to go right for you. Like
Agreed.
a lot's got to go right for that in that training year.
Agreed.
There's-
But
there's
if
a-
he doesn't get injured and he has the same year, I think he will podium, in my opinion. But anyone could too. Dallin Pepper could as well. The other young kid. Or Medeiros was nowhere to be seen. He could pull his finger out, and like I said, it's to me, it's just who works harder and puts all the pieces together
Yeah.
that year.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't think Jay's not going to do that. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I think if he has another year like he did this year, I think he'll only build on what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we think of the events? What do you think of the games as a whole? Like from what you've
I
seen?
liked Helena
Yeah.
because like we can do that, and
Yeah.
I can go. Well, we're doing it in the gym today.
I
We're
didn't
doing it
like
tonight.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that
Well,
again.
yeah. We programmed that today.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I liked that workout. I liked.
I might have liked it if it was in the summer and it was 25 degrees and not in the middle of winter and it was misty fog and 2 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I think I liked all the games except for those weird pullovers.
It's not the nicest thing to run in, is it, Russ? Yeah. The circumcisers.
Yeah, the circumcisions. The boys call them. But,
I mean, I don't think they could have just done without. That was like not a good test of much. You know what I mean?
and I was trying to think about
could've-
why I didn't like them, right? And like, I just didn't want to say they don't look cool. But Russ made a good point that it's like CrossFit was sort of founded on being functional. Like a muscle up is you're like pulling yourself up and over a fence. Does that make it look cooler, or is it we just accustomed to the fact that muscle ups are in CrossFit?
Right.
Like if they do pullovers every year, are we going to think they're cool eventually?
Listen to this.
Go.
The building's on fire. Happens to be a building that was being built. It's got scaffolding
There's
outside of
scaffolding.
it. There's scaffolding. Your dog's upstairs. It's a Chihuahua. Name's Gary. That building's on fire. You can't. The elevator's not working, and the stairs are on fire downstairs. You've got to get up that scaffolding. Are you doing a muscle up or a pullover? It's the only option. There's just one bar of scaffolding.
Muscle up any day of the week.
I'm
It's
probably
too
doing a
thick.
muscle
It's
up.
too thick. It's a thick bar.
Jack's made a good point.
It's a
that
thick bar.
is-
It's also a recipe for disaster because I've already seen a couple of almost disasters happen this morning with people trying to attempt these pullovers and have no idea what they're doing. Almost.
I'm not saying they're not dangerous, but I'm
They
saying
probably are more dangerous than a muscle up.
Well, you're going backwards.
they are more dangerous than a muscle up. Yeah, there's an element of risk with them.
I need 7 days to think about this.
Yeah,
But also, I
that's how I got on the monkey bars when I was little. Before I knew what a muscle up was. And a muscle up takes a lot more energy than a pullover. But they will circumcise you.
well, you just got to wear a box. Just got to bring your box along, your cricket box.
I just don't think they look good. I don't know if that's a good reason to not like them.
Whee! They look
But,
fun.
Yeah. But I don't know, man.
But that
I
whole
don't know.
event, that whole
Maybe
event had
just-
some weird things in it. It had some very challenging handstand walk variations.
Yeah.
Some super challenging handstand walk variations.
Yeah.
But people, the athletes smashed them.
Yeah. They're so good. I can't tell you. My respect for these athletes has gone up. I know I was talking about this before, but like just to watch Jay and just how he approached his games prep, I was like, oh, there's a difference between him and I. Like he's done this prep however many times and I haven't. And it's just like his ability to go again and go hard. It's like, hey, I got 5 workouts for you today. You probably coast in one of them. You just chill in the kettlebell swings on one. It's like these CrossFit Games athletes. It's like they go and it's 100% and it's every time. And it's if you don't, you get kicked out of the top 10. Like
Agreed.
gone. And it's to watch it is just like, whoa, where do you get that from? Like, where's that energy coming from? And that's what you're training. You know what I mean? So no, it's wild.
Well, yeah, you did do you did the prep with him pretty much up until, 2 weeks out or something?
Yeah, I did 95% of the prep when he was over here.
What was the 5%?
There was missed the last day because I on the Friday, like I missed Saturday. I missed a couple workouts and I missed the Saturday because we did this workout. It was like 50 cal bike, 40 box jumps, 50 cal bike, 20 sandbag over shoulder, fast, like 4-minute workout. And on the like 30th or 40th box jump, it just like hurt my back.
Oh, the spine. Yep.
Yeah.
The old
Yeah.
spine buster.
I hurt my back so bad. It was so
I
bad.
remember the next day, you're like, Sam, you need to do the snatch warm up or whatever warm up. Was it clean? It was something.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that was on the Monday. It was something.
I was probably holding myself up with the broomstick. Yeah. It was bad. I just I think I just slightly extended too much.
Does he ever get niggles?
I sprained a facet joint and I pinched a nerve, and so like every time I moved, it just touched a nerve, and I was like, that's all. But I went into that session so sore. I was like already so sore from like the full week of training, and I was like, nah, here we go again. Like my body just couldn't handle it. It just broke.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, and then there was a couple workouts on the way that I missed because I just couldn't handle it. I was just like, either my body broke down or I was like, I'm having a rest. Leave me alone. I need a break.
Does he ever get injured? I feel like he's never seen him injured.
Yeah, like he just gets little tweaks, things, and
does.
manages them and changes things up, and
Okay.
yeah,
Cool. That's
yep.
good to know.
No, they're not indestructible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just never.
definitely. They're human, man. They're human.
No. I mean, I've just never seen Jay like injured.
Yeah.
Or sore.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen everyone else in the top 10 in Australia like then something like I don't know.
Yeah.
Just a question.
No, he manages it well, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
because I think I'm like his spokesperson now. It's like he he manages it well because I think that he like he gets injured, feels his calf's got a little niggle in it, he's sore. He's like, I'm not doing the double unders today. Like, just no. Like, it's not like, will I? I could probably get away with it. I'll do half. Or it's no, I'm not doing the double unders, and we're moving.
sub it off.
And yeah, we'll just sub it and move on. And it's like it doesn't affect his
Yeah.
ego. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, that's the wise thing to do, because probably chances are once upon a time he probably would have done double unders, and he learned pretty quick that wasn't the right thing to do. Because that's a good thing. That's a good advice to anybody.
Yeah.
It's like, if you've got something sore, just avoid doing things that make that sore for a little while, and do everything else, and
That
you'll
is-
continue training.
That is a
And
hard thing
You
for
will
us
come
coaches.
back,
Yeah.
and you'll get better a lot sooner, and then you can go and do whatever you want to do.
Like, he's smart. He makes good decisions.
Yeah.
His decision making is really good.
I can't tell you how many times in class I've been coaching someone in that prime example. They're like, no, I want to do it. I'm like, you're in physical pain. It really, in your training lifestyle, like time,
Yeah.
it really does not matter what you do on this Thursday
Yeah.
if you don't do double unders. Like, no one cares.
Yeah.
And they're like, true. I can't tell you how many times I've had to elaborate on that it doesn't matter.
Like, logically, if you think about the best thing to do right now, what's the best thing to do? I know your emotions are telling you want to do double unders because you want to do them, but what's logically the best thing to do?
yeah,
Yeah.
nah, that's the funny about it.
Yeah. So,
And it only gets hard when it's like your favorite workout for the week, I think.
yeah.
You're like, yes, I've got bar muscle ups today.
Yeah.
I can do them. Shit, my wrist is a little bit sore.
Yeah.
That's the hard one.
Yeah.
You want to have fun, and then you don't know when they're coming up next.
Yeah. Jay'd be like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Every workout's the same to me.
Yeah, well, that's just different.
Yeah.
But for people that in our class, that's what I can sometimes understand.
Yeah.
And they're like, yes, this is my favorite squat cleans though. I'm like, well, we're just going to have to wait till next week.
Yeah.
But that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, just missing them today, you're gonna feel better a lot sooner. Don't make the mistake of training through pain. It never works out. It never goes well.
This might be a controversial question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts on letting them snap their shit up so they learn?
Yeah.
No. I
That's
think
a hard thing as a coach.
Here's the thing. I'm going to tell someone not to do something. If it's really dangerous and it's like going to be a danger to other people and it's just ridiculous, I'm gonna go enforcer mode and be like, nah, stop. Like, give me the barbell.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
But if it's like, oh, don't hit that weight. You said your back's sore. Like, you probably shouldn't. Like, don't do it. And then they go, no. I want to do it. I go, look, you probably shouldn't do it. Don't do it. And they go, no, it's fine. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, well, there's nothing I can really do here, and you might be all right. So
Yeah.
then they hit the weight and say they got injured. I'll be like, man, I'm sorry you got injured. Like, you should have listened to me. Yeah, because I told you not
yeah,
to.
well, you're not gonna, if they insist, you're not going to stop them. But I think just telling them, like, most people will make the right decision when you tell them why. The why. It's like, if you
No,
continue
yeah.
doing this, you're probably going to hurt yourself.
No, I do that,
then
but
you're
some,
not doing
some, there is that does happen.
Yeah, no, it does
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
And then they learn. And they
That's
go, "Ooh."
my point. So that's like, yeah.
Sometimes you don't know if they're going to hurt themselves or
Yeah.
not. Like, because the only person that can decide is them. And if they do, they'll build self-awareness. And, like, that's important for your athletes to build. They need to become more self-aware.
Yeah.
When should I not do something and when should I? Like, they just build better decision-making. So,
That's true, actually.
yeah. And the only way they'll do that is by going through a bit of a tweak, like going through a bit of an injury. Like, if you're going to... You have to push the limits to get some sort of adaptation from training. To get better at training, you got to train. And like in doing that it means you're gonna have to pick up a weight. Well, how heavy of a weight do you pick up? Well, we don't know. Pick up this 5 kilo one. Is that all right? All right, cool. It was 10 kilo one. Yeah, that's all right. All right, like, and so there's different markers in how we're deciding that weight's all right. But at some point, it's like that person's got to be like, nah, I'm not in pain. But then they pick it up and they go, oh, I'm in pain. Yes, I am. And now we know.
I will also say I've been wrong sometimes too.
Definitely.
I've been like, you shouldn't do that way. They're like, no, I can. I've been thinking about it all day. I'm like, you know what? Do your thing.
Yeah.
Do you. And I go, oh shit, I was wrong. I admit it though. I've coached for long enough that I don't care.
I admit it most of the time.
Yeah. Say, man, you proved me wrong. Good
Yeah.
job. Douche. They love it. They're probably they're thinking about it. They love it.
Yeah.
But that's happened a lot. But yeah.
Yeah. But they're good moments because I feel like
Yeah.
that's when you actually make connections because you're like, look, you're like, they're like, I can't do it, but I'm like, yes, you can. And then they do it and it's like high five. Or it's the opposite. I'm like, oh, look, you probably shouldn't do that. And then they're like, watch me. And then they do it and I'm like, nice. So there are moments where you're like,
Yeah.
you build connections with people, which
That
is
is
cool.
actually true. Both ways, I think both ways that works. I've built a connection with someone from them proving me wrong, and then people gain respect for you when they think they're right, and then you're right. And
Yeah.
they do hurt themselves.
You go, wow, this person's of like value,
Yeah.
like because I just learned something from them,
Yeah.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's cool.
And I mean, I think having an injury can be a good learning point because you just found out that you've got a weakness that you need to address. So some people can then go, okay, I actually need to do something about this. Especially if it's a recurring injury. If they keep doing it, they go, well, something's wrong. There's no reason, you shouldn't be continuing to hurt yourself doing this thing.
Yeah.
You've got a weakness somewhere. You've got an imbalance. Something's wrong.
Yes.
So then if they actually do spend the time to, diagnose, fix, strengthen, whatever they need to, you can actually make a lot of progress from that. But until you go through that, that ordeal, you won't know.
Yeah, well, we've all hurt ourselves here, and we've all been better lifters from it.
It's like pain. When pain is presented, it's like your body telling you something. Oh, like something's wrong. There's a little trigger. And now it's like, okay, well, I know a way to, if I fix that, I know that I can now move forward because it lifts your ceiling if you're able to move past that pain.
I will say, though, it's hard to get some clients to realize what it is
Yeah.
that's hurting them.
Yeah.
So things don't just happen by coincidences, like knee pains or back pains or something's wrong. Whether it's your volume's been too high, you haven't been sleeping, something's wrong, and then getting people to realize what it is to rebuild before a major injury is actually quite hard, I would say.
Yeah.
Especially with people with kind of sore knees.
Yeah.
Because I find that they just they can get away with it sometimes, and it gets to the point where it's really bad.
Yeah.
Well, you have sore knees. You can obviously speak on this. But that's the one thing that,
You're a sore knee professional. Can you just give us the professional sore knee?
Yeah, I mean, most of mine's just volume related and movement related. If I do things that, and then I think any sort of chronic injury, it's or if you've had something for a long time, you find out how to manage it yourself. And then if you do something that pisses it off, it can be a couple of weeks before it feels good again.
Yeah. Yeah, chronic pain's a thing. Everyone's got their little niggles. Everyone's human body is different.
I just did too many poor reps when I was young.
Right.
100%, I did a lot of poor reps.
Yeah.
Did a lot of knees sideways, pistol squats.
Yeah.
They're not good for you.
Maybe.
A lot of bouncing.
Maybe.
A lot of bouncing with no tension.
Mm.
That's probably not advised.
We actually talked about this on the podcast last week. I was like, nah, I 100% think we can fix Russ's knees. I just think there's something limiting Russ from doing that, but we'll figure it out. As soon as Russ decides that he wants to fix his knees enough, he will do it. If he was like, right, life goal, fix my knees.
He knows what's wrong with his knees. I think we all do.
No, but they're not fixed.
Yeah, I know, but fixing them's not easy because he's got such a huge imbalance from his quads to his ass. It's going to take 2 years.
Start working, son.
No, but like I said, it comes down to wanting to fix it. He can still do CrossFit.
That's what I'm
he can still
saying.
squat
If he
snatch.
wanted to badly, he could. But I think he gets enough from the training he does, and he's still very, very functional. He's okay. What does your sore knee pain stop you from doing? What, squatting 180 instead of 160 or whatever?
Squat cleans, heavy squat cleans, anything dynamic.
Yeah.
But with high
volume.
volume, though, you can do it once a week or once a month and be okay.
Yeah.
You do it 3 times a week,
It's not good.
there's an issue.
If I squat twice a week, I'm good. If I squat 4 times a week, I'm not good.
Right, which is why you're autonomous on knowing what you need to do to manage your knee pain. And so building that for people, it's in terms of communicating it to them, which was your point before, is like you can't. Sometimes you just, no matter what you say, you could give them the most perfect Gary V PowerPoint presentation about it, and they'd still be like, "No, I'm gonna go do it my way," and they have to do that. Like, and it's like, all right, well, if you're gonna go that way, well, let's go with you, and I'll hold your hand along the way, and we'll do it. But there's still progress and learn things along the way and get things better. It's not. It's just like
100%. I think, yeah.
learning by doing, not learning by being told, is like the principle. You have to learn by doing. Yeah, I think doing something and sticking to it for a certain amount of time, being consistent with it. Say like, hey, we're going to fix this and we're going to do it this way. And they did that for 4 weeks. And then at the end of 4 weeks ago, did it work? Did you stick to it? Yeah. It didn't work for you? All right, let's try something else. Let's do a different strategy. Whereas it's like, or if they're like, yeah, I've got an idea. This is how I think I'm going to fix it. All right, cool. Well, let's consistently do that. I think people don't actually consistently do a consistent fix. And they're like, get sucked into doing a clean workout when they shouldn't have, and and they do something that takes them steps backwards. Whereas like it's like a bit of discipline where they just need to go, nah, this is my plan, and nah, I'm just I'm not gonna do the things that are going to take me backwards.
It's hard too, because like we're in the business of, we want people to train, right? And if people aren't having, not everyone's like us, right? Like you. Well, I rephrase that.
In terms of
not
being
everyone is,
an athlete, or me personally, some of my values and things like that. Like
maybe a bit of both.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of both, right? For some people, like training's well, maybe not right now is the main part of your day. You build your life around that, or you're disciplined enough to want to get better at the sport, or training's like, you could say kind of like a job. Would you agree?
Yeah, like I'm.
You're doing things to make yourself better at the sport of CrossFit.
Yeah.
Where I would say 99% of the rest of the world aren't. And they literally train to have fun, so they're going to do what's fun, which won't involve ankle mobility and whatever, but they can do deadlifts. Bang. Doing deadlifts. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think is why people don't. I know how I'm going to need to improve my snatch.
Yeah.
I know. I need to improve my thoracic mobility. I need to do overhead squats. I need to improve my hip mobility as well. Yeah. I've known that for 5 years.
Yeah.
I haven't done it.
Yeah.
Because I don't freaking want to.
Yeah.
It's literally as simple as that.
Yeah.
I have fun training, doing what I do. And,
it's the same thing as like, why do you want to run this $1 million business?
Yeah. It's
why? Because my parents want me to, or like, because I want Sam to fix his mobility. Like, just doesn't mean that he wants wants it bad enough to do that.
So as a coach, I find that like the art of coaching is trying to get them to do what they don't want to do.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it's also getting them to come back each week, because you can chip away at it slowly.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
it doesn't have to happen now.
Yeah. If you had somebody who hated squatting and every time they came to see you, you made them squat, are they going to continue doing it? No. They're going to go, I hate this. I'm not going to do this anymore.
I'm going to go to someone that doesn't make me squat.
I want to go. I want to just do bench press. I just want to bench press. I came here to bench press.
Yeah. Right.
But if you give them the bench press, and then you make them do some squats,
give me what I want.
Then they probably go, all right, cool. I can work hard on the bench press. I like bench press. I'll do these things. I hate them, but I'll do them anyway because I know they're good for me.
Start sprinkling them in.
Yeah.
So you just got to do enough of what they want to like to do. So basically, work on things you're good at, keep consistent with them, do a little bit of the stuff you're not good at, but don't get hung up on it.
Yeah, but like if you are someone that wants to compete or be a good athlete, and you really want to, yes, you do have to work on your weaknesses. But like,
most
you're
people
just
have
working
5 hours.
You're just working in
5 hours a week to dedicate to their training to help them live a more fulfilled
You're just
life.
working in IT.
The missing thing here though is I think that I just value working on my weaknesses. Full stop. I'm not great at finances. Kind of motivates me to get better at finances though. Like I think that's a good value to have. I value working my weaknesses. And it's like when you come to the gym, like I try and teach people that. Like when I'm coaching, I'm like, I'm trying to like show them how that can benefit their life, and that might be a method I do it, right? This person's asking for bench press. So, right, well, let's do bench press because I know you're really motivated for that. When you feel that excitement and that and the good feels from improving your bench press, and you actually fall in love with training a bit and you understand the process, then you might be a bit more motivated to go and work on your squats, because you're like, oh, I'm starting to look like a triangle. I mean, I'm an upside down Dorito.
Yeah.
And-
That's an as call out there.
and you're like, well, don't just do squats. Don't just do the shit that you don't like but need to work on because you're weak at it. Do things you enjoy too, like and sprinkle them in. I was talking to Adrian Valor about this the other day. He's like, yeah, man, you just need to go back to the things you enjoy. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, you know, I just want to do, what do I enjoy about CrossFit again? You know, I started to think about that, and then, you know, and it's true. Like, if you enjoy bench pressing, let's get you doing bench pressing so you're fulfilled, and you're fulfilled enough to go and work on the things that you're weak at.
Yeah. And I think as a coach, one of the biggest lessons I learnt was that. And what I mean by that is early on in my PT career, I might make them do shit they might not even like the program. It might be the best program on paper, specific to them.
Yeah.
The best. It drills all their weaknesses. It's perfect, but they're just not going to do it, and I try and change them. And I've just learned that shit just doesn't freaking work.
Yeah.
Literally get them in, people come into my class. If they leave them with a smile, I've done a good job. Leave them with a smile, walking, they can drive home, they're safe. Bang, they're having a good time.
Yeah.
And generally they come to the realization, and then they might come to you, hey, Sam, like, I see people do muscle ups. How do I do them? These are things you need to do.
Yeah.
But that's literally all I focus on now when I coach, is just people to have a good time, because...
Well, if you have a good time,
yeah.
you're going to rock up again and you're going to do it again.
Especially in these cold months, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, especially in these
Well, I
cold
think
months.
that's why falling in love with the process is important, because once you fall in love with the process, in terms of, I wake up, I have my pre-training meal, I know I'm going to gym, I know I like talking to the coach when we walk in, talk some shit, I've made some friends, I'm having fun, I get to the end of the session, I've done my conditioning, a bit of a sweat, it's all like, I enjoyed it, I walked out, I'm feeling good, I'm going and get my day. It didn't matter what exercise I did. I'm in love with the process. Instead of thinking, oh, snatches are on Wednesday, I hate snatches, I'm not going. It's like, nah, just show up. Just show up and enjoy what you're doing, like the environment and the vibe, and just enjoy it.
Some people have a bit of a stigma around, they want to do what's written on the board, or they think that I can't do that one movement, so I'm not going to do that. When every time I look at the board, if there's something I think, look, can't be bothered doing that today, don't feel like doing that today, I'm very happy to do something different.
Yeah.
So I just go to the coach, hey, I'm going to do X, Y, Z instead.
Jay Crouch, man.
You got to
for it.
remember though, we're obviously fitness professionals and
No, I
confident
know.
in
I'm
confident
confident
in that.
in making a substitution. But if all you've got to do is go talk to the coach, say, "Hey, I don't want to do that thing. Can you give me something else?"
That's
And
why.
they will
Which
tell
takes
you-
confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once you get over that barrier of, "Hey,
That's a good point.
we don't mind," I'm quite happy to give you a better experience, or just ask me the question. If
Yeah.
you don't want to do something, if something doesn't feel good, if you're in pain when you're doing something, don't do it. Just go talk to the coach.
Yeah.
Like
Hot
I would rather
tip,
you-
coaches love coaching.
Just do dumbbell snatches instead of barbell snatches if you don't want to.
Coaches love making you not go through the same dumb mistakes that they make.
If we
so,
can help, that makes us feel good. Like, we love helping.
yeah.
Well, I was doing that on cardio day, right? Because the conditioning days have been the high rocks training is freaking hard, right?
Yeah, it's legit.
Some of it's hard, and one of the days, I think it was 2 weeks ago, it was 60 seconds of rest.
Yeah.
I just did 90 seconds of rest.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, why are you resting? I'm like, this is so fucking hard. I'm resting 90 seconds every round.
Yeah.
And we just all rested 90 seconds. We had
Yeah.
a great time. So that's why, but don't get me wrong, there was some people that were like ready to cardio send, but there was another half of us that just wanted to chill.
Yeah.
And then I wrote on the board, chill version of the workout. And then they felt so much better about it because I was like, okay, if you're a high rocks full sender, this is the option.
Yeah.
If you're a conditioning, want to leave here with a smile and feel good and recovered for tomorrow, this option. So I've just started to do that, give them easier options, which has been successful for me.
People want to succeed at the challenge of it. They want to go, they want to complete the class how it was written, and they want to walk away like, yeah, I don't know, I'm fully functional. I'm like, I
People
nailed
want
that.
RX. I get it.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
want RX.
Yeah.
That's just everyone wants to do the RX version.
No, I agree.
But on a day that you shouldn't, because you're injured, if you do, you're stupid.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You're dumb.
Yeah.
You're being
It's fair
dumb.
to assume that.
And that's all right.
Yeah.
But you know that now. Let's move forward and let's make better decisions.
So my point, if you're listening to someone
Yeah.
and you like cardio day, but it might be too hard, come in and say, "Hey Sam, I just want to chill."
Yeah.
You know what I'll say? Same.
Yeah.
And we'll just chill together. Wednesday 4 p.m.
I came to cardio day last week.
And he didn't want to chill.
Hey.
I'm like, bro.
I'm not going back. I forgot. I forgot the reason why I don't go to those things. And then
Can I say though?
Russ is an interesting one on that.
He was sending it.
Yeah, because Russ knows how hard he'll want to go. And I think that's the thing with the marathon for Russ, because he's like, well, if I sign up for the marathon, I'm going to give it 120%. So he's like, oh, nah. Nah.
So I've been running 3 times a week, and I've been doing well in my running. He
Yeah.
is behind me just behind. I can hear him slamming. He's no wonder your knees hurt. Can I say? I can hear him slapping on the.
That's
road.
all right,
I
yeah.
can hear
Dude,
him
I was cooked.
Running form is as complex as snatching, boys.
Yeah, and
And I haven't ran.
he was
in about
behind me by
6
5
months.
meters every single time.
That's one of my main tips, actually. If you can hear the person behind you, just know that their running form could improve.
Do you know how I win some of the runs?
How's
Is
that?
I try in the hardest bit of the run.
Right.
What I mean by that, Nathan's like, Sam, when you get to that, when you're going up the hill, you know what you do? You lean forward and you run faster. I guarantee the person will give up. I do.
That's facts.
So I'm hurting. Just guys, when he's running with me on that back hill,
Yeah.
I'm leaning forward. I'm hurting as well. Just keep going.
And that's a bloke that's literally named after feet.
Yeah. He told me, he's like, Sam, the key is lean forward on the way up of the hill. Guarantee you'll win. I was like, you know what? All right, I'm going to be leaning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm just leaning forward.
Lean into it a little bit. Lean into it a little bit.
All that workout made me realize I just need to run more, but I don't want to. So
Yeah, I think it's been good for our programming because that's something we've missed in CrossFit, that longer endurance style, especially, and plus a more running focused programming.
I like it. I've been there every Wednesday at 4 p.m. sweating.
Yeah,
Me
it's
and
been
Mason,
it's been a good
Mason's
block.
Fast, dude.
Is he? Yeah, Mason runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I've never ran with Mason though, so I don't know how fast
He's
he
a
is.
heavier footer too. Mason and Russ, heavy footing.
Oh, yeah.
Douche.
Yeah, you gotta run like a ninja.
well, I can when I'm not absolutely cooked after 20 minutes of work.
Right,
he was
right.
he was sending it. I will say Russ was sending it. I just wanted to chill, but we switched on apparently.
Nah, I've got boundaries. My feet bounce. They bounce. I don't stomp them. I got boundaries.
I run like a. I remember Ben Harpenny was telling me short steps, like a meerkat or something. I remember him saying that to me.
Yeah.
I can't remember what animal he said. It was some specific animal.
Yeah, you got to go meerkat mode on the run, like yeah, yeah.
And that's what I do, man. And
That's
I'm
the
like-
key to the new runner
and
in the
then I
gym.
get to the hill, lean to forward, man, meerkat up that hill.
Yeah, strategies. There's strategies. 100%. Yeah, there's systems. Make them happen.
Become the meerkat.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
meerkat up this hill tonight, 4 p.m.
Hell yeah.
Well, so that's the Helena workout would be nice at 4 p.m. now the weather's turned around. In the morning is the pits.
It was
It'll
cold.
be enjoyable to do in the sunshine tonight.
Competitive advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it pays. I mean, there's benefit in the morning. You get to get it done, get it out of the way.
Yeah, you're clocked off.
Yeah. I'd love training in the morning. If I wasn't an athlete and I just trained for life, I would wake up, I'd train, I'd go do my day. That'd be sick. That'd be
Agreed.
cool. Yeah.
I do train better at night. I don't know. I just do.
Yeah.
Food in me, lunch in me.
I think the performance is possibly better in the evening, but the
Yeah.
efficiency is better in the morning.
Yeah. It is.
The chance of it happening is a lot higher if you do it in the morning.
Streamlines the wake up too. You know the wake up process when you don't train? It's slower. Yeah. Like you're more foggy for longer. Whereas when you send it in the morning at training, fog gone. Fog is gone. Porridge, protein, bit of a squeeze of honey and you're good.
Those up and goes have been lifesavers.
Oh, bro. Man, I don't reckon we're turning profit on these up and goes, the way the owners drink them.
I've had 2 up and go. 3.
I
Probably have one
think
tonight.
I
I had one last
had
night.
3.
Russ, you've had 10.
3 or 4.
Keely
Okay,
has
that's
about
not
4
as
up and
bad.
goes a day. She not our up and goes.
Keely's getting stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's up that
I reckon
protein
it's the up and
content.
goes, man.
Yeah. Yep.
was
I don't
like-
think so.
I was like, Keely, what number up and goes this? She's like 3. I'm like, jeez.
Keely has started eating better though.
Yeah, well, we were calling James out. James,
Jimmy.
Waddy.
Waddy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
We were calling
more?
him out because Keely eats more than him.
yeah. Yeah.
Gale was eating more than him, man.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy because like you just perform so much better, but like not for the gym, like for life as well. Like you have so much more energy. Like
Can we also set up? Because James still comes up to me every night. He's like, dude, I can't believe you don't think Russ that I can out eat Russ. I'm backing Russ, man.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. James is big.
yeah.
James is big. I guarantee you.
I don't know. I
He
feel like
can
I'm out
eat.
of condition, man. I feel
Dude,
like
shut up on the podcast 2 weeks ago. You remember what you said you ate?
Oh, yeah, but that was just a once.
Let's do an
I don't
eating
know.
comp at the competition. When we run the comp, let's like do
I-
like
I
a show.
I don't want to do an eating comp because you know why I don't want to do an eating comp? Because I eat to enjoy food, and eating comp is when you're not having fun. Like when you're in a competition, you're no longer enjoying your food.
Yeah.
You're eating for the sake of eating. So why would I want to eat just to beat this? To say I've out-eaten you.
Because pride's
Because
forever,
he
bro.
thinks he can out eat you. I know he can't.
I was.
Give the spectators what they want.
I ate all that food because I was enjoying eating it. I don't want to eat past the point of enjoyment.
Yeah, well, we
I'm
can have an
stopping.
enjoyment food.
There's a
battle.
prize, $100 on the line,
Oh, I don't care about that $100.
and we'll
I don't
front your
wanna-
$100 from the business. The underway is fueling it, like it's a job for underway.
I'm into health. I'm not into this
Well, what I'm
eating comp.
suggesting, what I'm
Anyways,
suggesting,
what I'm
I want to
saying-
create the comp. I want some spectacles at the comp. Like I want a jumping castle. I want Lucas on the mic. Whoever happens to be on the mic, whatever. Lucas, he'd be good at it. I want eating competition. Russ and Jimmy halftime. Chicken wings, 10-minute AMRAP. I want to know who can
I
eat
think
more.
Russ is right. I think it needs to happen naturally. I reckon Pink Hill,
Why?
3 p.m.
I don't want to eat. I'm gonna be drinking beer.
Yeah.
Oh, you want the element of like randomness.
Yeah.
You don't want them to be like prepping by like shitting and. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what
Well,
Jimmy would
James,
do?
this is. Can I just state some?
no,
Can I just
James is pretty
state?
competitive,
Can
man.
I state? Yeah. Can I state some facts? Can I state some facts? James eats 1,500 calories a day.
His stomach is the size
He's
of my
not
fist.
trained enough.
Russ's
Russ eats
Russ's stomach
4,000
is the size of 4 fists.
Russ eats fucking 4,000 calories a day.
No, I don't. Not every day. Maybe on the weekends, but still.
Yeah.
You know what? I could be wrong.
What food? What food? Hot dogs?
Anyway, let's not get into it. Let's.
You know
Let's
what?
move
Let's
on.
wrap this up. I reckon it's lunchtime.
Yeah, that'll do.
Well, how long have we been going for?
Hour 24.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, thanks for listening, guys.
It's been a
and
blast.
next week we're going to be chatting about the new training block. Exciting.
Nice.
That's Russ telling us that's what we're gonna organize that.
But keep showing up this week. Oh, actually, yeah, this week. This week, when you guys
Yeah.
listen to this, at the end of the week, you're going to be maxing out. So just focus on getting enough sleep, getting enough water, hitting your
meals.
protein targets,
Eat enough food,
eat
Jimmy.
enough food.
If you want to come in heavy,
That's
it's all
that's
good.
that's
Yeah.
that's the main things that you need to do in this final week to get you to a good max out day on the weekend. The work's done. You've done the work. Show up, practice your technique, come in, fueled up, throw some shit above your head.
Pasta, lunch and dinner. Lunch and dinner every day this week.
I'm bulking from now.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Oh,
don't
what?
need
You're gonna
bulk.
come in like it's not a real.
Actually-
Well, you come in 5 kilos heavier for max out day.
100%. Get those PBs. Let's
I
do
mean,
it.
I'm
not-
specifically
I don't
not
think
because I'm trying to lose 3 more kilos. But I mean, if someone wants to, they're a bit on the thinner side, like James. He should come in 5.
Oh, what are you trying to say?
I'm saying he needs to fucking eat more.
Yeah, he does. Big time. You need a fuel, man. You want to max out, you want to throw some heavy weights overhead, you need to earn it, you need to put fuel in your body. That car ain't moving, you ain't put
Hey,
petrol
James
in.
is throwing 120 anyway. I'm
In
saying
fairness,
it
he
right now.
is strong. Anyways, we're done. We're done.
Yeah, imagine if you
go.
ate.
Imagine if he ate.
Nah.
All right,
All right,
guys.
Thanks, guys.